All right, guys, how's it going? I'm gonna move my mic a little bit here because I have a guest here. You wheel in here, get in here. I got my bro here. This is Justin. Say hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
So he's visiting because he just got finished school. So he's got time to come visit and say hi, and he wanted to join the show.
And I won't turn down a philosophical debate.
There's no philosophical debates tonight. Tonight we're talking about
debate.
atmosphere while meditating. Now, if you do meditate, whenever you do meditate, is there anything that you do? Is there anything that you do in terms of atmosphere to accentuate the mood or to?
Well, when I get into my latex bubble, I think that for atmosphere, I just look for somewhere quiet. I've got kids, so quiet is key.
Yep.
If I can get somewhere quiet, that's most of the battle. Any distractions, somewhere that's not too hot, somewhere that's not too cold. Just try to stay away from anything distracting. I don't, when I meditate, curl myself into a pretzel, or like, even sit cross-legged. Usually, I just try to sit and, sometimes I'd be in bed and I'll meditate. But I'm not against tools to help meditate. I'm not against anything like incense or something like that.
I'm not against it. Usually at the end of these things, I do like a scripture thing. Tonight, I'm going to read something from a yogi guy, but when I was reading stuff on Kriya Yoga in one of their books, this yogi was saying that he was saying don't put images of gods up and stuff like that in your meditation room and stuff like that. He was saying that like kind of all these things lead to distractions, and I can totally see how if you got so into all that stuff, how you might get caught up in like making sure you have all the right items and all the right trinkets going so that but really you're not focusing on the practice or the actual thing that needs to work. And I thought he made kind of a good point. Again, I'm not against that stuff. I have stuff myself. I have like a sense like a scenty thing. I don't even know what it is, that thing. But you put like oils in it, and it puts a scent in the room. It was a Christmas gift, by this guy right here. But no, it's
from me and not my wife.
And his wife, yes, his wife. But no, I like some things. I like to try to be comfortable. I think I might need to move to a meditation cushion because my wife is getting mad at me for sitting on the couch cushions. Like
I don't think it matters what the trinket is. I mean, meditation itself is going to be something that reveals something to yourself that's only going to be significant to you anyway. You can't. It's not a team effort to meditate, and if it is, that's one of the things you're talking about. It's a trinket or something. But I was listening to a podcast like forever ago with a comedian named Pete Holmes, and he's kind of like Duncan Trussell too, like way less so, but he's one of these guys that is a comedian and into spirituality. And he was saying, like, he started off as a Christian, he was married, and then he became like, he lost his faith in Christianity, and he was kind of an atheist for a bit, and then he found spirituality again in Eastern mysticism, and maybe even looking at Christianity differently. But he was saying, I like stuff. Like, I like experimenting with spirituality. So he bought like this little triangle thing that hangs over your head when you meditate. Yeah. So he like sits under a triangle thing, and he was like, I don't know that it adds anything to it, but I like the ritual of it, and I like spiritual triangles, so I'm gonna do it. Like,
there is definitely something to. I find like sometimes, like in the morning time, pretty much my regular daily practices. I'll start with meditation, and I don't listen to any music or something. But I have this thing where every now and then I like to do like a big sit and get really like ready for it. And I will put like nice music on, make sure that the lights are off, and and I just try to really get into the zone. Yeah. So I think atmosphere can, I don't know, it can add something I don't know, like.
It's fun. Just admit
Yeah,
it.
maybe you're
If you're
getting
getting into
yourself
it.
into it, right? It's like jacking yourself up to before you do your first bench press or something. I don't know.
It's probably not that complicated. It's probably more of a psychological thing than anything. Like Hunter S. Thompson would type out on fresh paper his favorite novelist's writings to get a feel for it. If you want to wear a sari or whatever, some kind of religious garb, while you're doing it, if it helps you to shave your head to feel more monk-like,
Yeah.
I mean, you might get some weird looks, but you choose your level of involvement and commitment. But I'm not against it. But I think if somebody starts prescribing it like it's an absolute necessity, it starts to feel a little bullshitty to me.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a good point.
Like, you have to have this. Like, why?
Yeah.
What can I make one out of a blanket?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be the right color and the.
I've heard some of these guys like, until you can do a full Passamana, you're not a yogi. Without using your hands to get into it.
Well, maybe,
Like-
but what do I do in the meantime? Just feel like a loser for not being able to do it?
I can sit with my knees up and I think you start to miss the point. I think a lot
Maybe
of
that's
them,
why they meant. Maybe that's what they meant by don't get distracted with all this stuff.
Yeah. You can sit, on a couch, or you can go for a meditative walk if you wanted.
Yeah.
Walk and meditate.
I'm sure there's got to be some passage of like a monk that was just walking and got enlightened. It happens in so many other bizarre ways.
Yeah.
Get your finger cut off, enlightened.
Sitting on a park bench feeding
Yeah.
geese.
So why not go for a walk?
Yeah.
So go for a walk.
Yeah. No, I've tried that. I've tried outside, but it's hilarious. You know how you see all these videos of these people outside in nature, and it's like, for me, it's always like son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like a bug. It's never comfortable.
Or an itch.
Yeah.
Once I've got every other body part under control, it's always my mouth that betrays me in the end. My mouth starts watering, and I'm like, I'm trying not to move a muscle, but I have to swallow, and then it fills up with something. I'm just gonna let it run down. My mouth is the last thing. It's like, we're gonna mess with you. We're gonna produce more saliva than you've ever produced in your life, and it ruins the meditation.
Yes. It's complicated.
And so you could meditate on your spittle, contemplate that.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah. Well.
So you should all be enlightened now from that conversation.
Yeah, we've rambled for a good 10 minutes. We're gonna get into our meditation. We're gonna do 20 minutes like we normally do. So if you're watching, sit down, do it with us, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap things up.
Have a beer. Just kidding.
All right, we're back. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. Not too weird, 40-year-old dudes meditating side by side.
Nothing weird about that at all.
Nothing.
Especially to nice, peaceful music.
And that's the whole thing is I'm trying to normalize this, and I mentioned that for the spiritual teaching scripture stuff that I normally do, I was going to read some quotes by this guy. His name's Lahiri Mahasaya, and he's like one of the really popular Indian yogis that brought Kriya Yoga back to life. And he was a family man. He had kids and a wife, and he just did his thing in peace. And he carried on Kriya Yoga. A lot of people ended up following this guy and his teachings and stuff like that. And I thought I'd read some of his neat quotes here that I found. So the first one goes like this. It says, solve all your problems through meditation. Exchange unprofitable religious speculation for actual God contact. Clear your mind of dogmatic theological debris. Let in the fresh healing waters of direct perception. Attune yourself to the active inner guidance. The divine voice has the answer to every dilemma of life. Through man's ingenuity for getting himself into trouble appears to be endless. The infinite succor. Is that how you say that? Succor is no less resourceful. Always remember that you belong to no one, and no one belongs to you. Reflect that someday you will suddenly have to leave everything in this world. So make acquaintanceship of God now. All time is wasted that is not spent in seeking God. My worship is of a very strange kind. In this, ganja water is not required. No special ganja water is not required. Ganja water.
Ganja water. It is ganja
no
water.
special utensils are necessary.
It'd be cooler if it was there.
Even flowers are redundant. In this puja, all gods have disappeared and emptiness has emerged with euphoria. And the last one here is cease being a prisoner of the body using the secret key of Kriya. Learn to escape into spirit. So those were some neat quotes from Lahiri. That pretty much covers it for tonight. Is there anything you'd like to say?
That was all bull crap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm way out of practice with the meditation. I unwinded my legs halfway through. That was because I forgot my ringer was on and I didn't want it to interrupt if it went off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hurting my knees. I saved all my focused presentness for the last 5 minutes, and just the first 15 was just the hamster dance in my head.
Oh yeah, I find I come and go. I'm all over the place. I'll go off on like a tangent in my mind for like 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my god, and then I bring it back. I'm like, all right, zone it, and then I'm off. Like it's constant. So yep, gotta keep working on it. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight and watching. Remember that I post all this stuff on Core Living on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it. I keep it on my highlights here on my Twitch channel if you want to watch it. But do the meditations, that's the most important stuff. If anyone's new, if you're new to meditation, I always throw out there the 30-day challenge. Try and do 30 days of 20 minutes a day, every day for 30 days, and see if it does anything for you. And other than that, I guess
Tom Starfield.
Yeah, he's got a cartoon thing on YouTube called Tom Starfield, so you can check that out if you want to see it. There's a pitch for you.
Or my t-shirt designs.
On Barney Eaglewood.
On Redbubble.
On Redbubble. He's got a Redbubble thing with some t-shirt stuff. Barney Eaglewood. But anyway, yeah, I'll end this. I'll end this here, and I guess I'll see you guys next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night.
Stay spiritual.